What's up, upstanders? Dr. O here, and this is call it my call a thing edition. But when I see the story about Trump saying he's going to help repatriate white South Africans, or people call Afrikaners, to the United States who are experiencing various forms of discrimination, who allegedly experiencing various forms of discrimination from the land policy that the South government has implemented, which they have not used one time. I get frustrated because this is another example of what people are not talking about as relates to the Great Replacement theory. I mean, pay attention to what's happening. Like, we can talk about how heinous things are, and a lot of the analyses I'm seeing about Trump's policies in various areas are accurate, but they're incomplete, right? Him and Elon Musk are racists who are obsessed with eugenics. Look at all the times, Trump talked about his German stock, his ancestry, the white president versus black president, all things that he said, where, the whole thing about African countries versus other countries, we need more immigrants from Norway and all of that. This is what he said. Furthermore, have you seen a white immigrant who's not here legally, someone who's here undocumented, get deported? We just saw a shipload of Indian folks from India get deported. And stop asking where J.D. Vance's wife is. You don't give a damn about them. The Indian government don't even care. Indians, like citizens, are mad, but the Modi's gonna be here next week. He doesn't care. He's riding with Trump. So don't the outrage, and it's probably some payback for Kamala as well, and for whatever the Nikki Haley, may have said about Trump before she caved in. Who knows? We know he's a vindictive man. But this is about white replacement theory, the idea that the white population is dying in America, and so it needs to be stopped. Well, and this needs to be, so how do you stop it? Number one, you prevent black, brown, and other folks from being here by deporting them. And if there are Latino folks who are considering themselves white and we're not here and we're undocumented, I think you just found out as well. I'm just saying. It's unfortunate, but I'm just saying. And so get rid of them and then bring more white people in. That's what's happening right now. And so, yeah, there could be conversations to be had about white South African farmers. I've seen stories about some who may have been killed as well, for a whole reason to put sanctions on a country and have a whole policy of bringing more into this country that doesn't connect. And the fact of the matter is, I believe white South Africans, or white people, are about 7% of the population in South Africa and own 80% of the farmland, where something to that effect. And I think like black South Africans are over 80% of the population and own like 4% of the farmland. And so the discrimination in land didn't start with this particular policy, which hasn't been implemented by the current president. It started with apartheid hundreds of years ago. And remember, it's pronounced apartheid. So look, media, you got to call this. This is a man who got up there using Hitler's language, vermin, people poisoning if people are poisoning the blood of America, then you got to bring in people who are going to purify the blood of America, right? Like, why are you all not calling a thing a thing? Y'all just talking about the factual things of what's happening, but not what's behind it. Elon Musk is from South Africa. This is part of his revenge plot. And then you couple that with what's going on in the West Bank as well. There probably going to be a proper, if people in the West Bank who are colonizing the West Bank right now, if they wanted to leave the West Bank, I mean, they're there because they want it, they'd be coming here as well. So look, you all, we just have to be realistic about what's going on. And to not be realistic about it is to kind of acquiesce a little bit to the racist agenda. Because everything was cloaked in, if these guys have committed crime. But being here and being undocumented is not a crime. It's a civil offense. It's not a criminal activity. But people don't care about that. And a lot of folks in the Indian community are finding out now. And these guys are being shackled. And what are people going to do in this country? Because y'all know this is coming. Now, Trump may be slick about it and not have the cameras there and the videos there and Dr. Phil there. But what are folks really going to do when these Africans start getting deported? And people may see them be put on ships in chains. Call it a plane, call it whatever you want. It's a ship and sent back to Africa. What are folks going to do then? To be quite honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it has already happened. This is two guys who are presidents of the United States who believe in eugenics. Look that up. That's what Fannie Lou Hamer was sterilized under. The concern about poor people, including some poor white people, and black people having more kids. They believe in eugenics. They believe in neo-Nazism. And this is great replacement theory. Remember, Jews will not replace us. The rally at UVA, and so that led to Biden running the first time. This is all that being manifested right now. If you want to know what it looked like, this is what it looked like. Trump and Elon are taking over the United States without firing a single shot. Call it racism, call it eugenics, call it white replacement theory. In addition to everything else that you're saying in these networks, which is not wrong. But just because y'all don't say it don't mean it's not. This part isn't happening as well. Gotta call a thing a thing. Y'all feel me, upstanders? Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.